Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again. Today's video, I've been to the charity shop. We've got 10 games for £10. Let's check it out. Right, first up, for PS3s, let's get this for £1. Really pleased with that. Love Street Fighter games, complete with the manual. Disc is really good condition as well. So I'm well chuffed with that. So these are all from a charity shop today. So I was really chuffed. So that was that first one. Next up, I've got this. Again, £1. Never played it, never heard of it, but I thought for £1 from Codemasters. So hey, why not? Yeah. Leave a comment below if anybody of you've played this. Let me know what it's like. Be interested to see how this plays out. But for £1, I thought, hey, why not? All right, next up, got this. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Days of the Thunder, Days of the Blade. I can't even speak at the moment on camera. Days of the Blade. Again, £1. It said Legend of the Wearer on the back, so it immediately got me. So yeah, I thought, you know what? Worst case scenario, if it's not a very good game, I quite like the artwork on it. That's what attracted me to it, and it said Worry on the back. So yeah, I thought, hey, why not? And worst case scenario, I was just about to say, I could just chuck it in a CX and get some credit, can't I? So for £1, you know, don't have this in the collection. I like playing games, a bit of trophy hunting at the moment. I love my PS3, as I said in many videos. So you know what you got to lose for £1. You know, you can't buy a lot of these days for £1. So all these were £1. I had 10 of them. So right, next game. Let's see what we got. Next up is this God of War. God of War 3, I should say. I mean, look, you know, 40 quid and more. I bought it for £1. That's a bit worrying, isn't it? Really. But I think my prediction on this is that I can see, look at that artwork, isn't that beautiful? Love a bit of God of War. I'm a massive God of War fan at the moment. I started playing it in the summer, the very first one, and then I've played the second one. Anyway, nothing like that. For me, I can just see PS3 games going one way. I think that I think the nostalgia is going to come back for them in the next couple of years. PS3, I think it's already started. Certain games that are quite limited prints. Obviously, things like this was commonplace. There were thousands and millions, I should say, of copies of this was printed off. But you know, who knows? So my prediction is, you know, I think PS3 games are going to go up in price over the next couple of years, particularly if the PS6 comes out and it's digital only. And obviously, you know, who knows what will happen. If games get delisted off the store, then that's when things like what we've seen recently with, was it? Oh, I don't know which game it was now, but when a game gets delisted, it's certainly the physical copy goes up in value. So yeah, for £1, I thought, do you know what? Why not? Like I say, I've only got now Ragnarok to get, and then I've got the whole God of War. So yeah, well pleased with that for £1. All right, next game for £1, £1. I've never played this. I have heard of it, but yeah, Midway, Mortal Kombat. So I thought, for £1, you can't go wrong. Disc is in good condition. So a couple of light scratches on that. That's nothing for a PS3 game. But yeah, why not? So that's the next one. Right, next up, Homefront. Again, £1. Probably paid too much for this, really. I don't know. I don't care. I just thought, you know, I was in a charity shop, saw all of these, and I thought, you know, it's not often you get. Oh, can't even get the disc out now. What am I like? Come on, Chris. Again, disc's in very good condition. You know, manual's there. Never played it. Might be worth it to platinum it or trophy, definitely, if I can. Don't know if, obviously, see what the trophies are. For £1, I thought, you know, I think trading value for this CX at the moment is a penny. So it must have either been lots of printed copies or not a very good game, or both. So we'll see. Let's see. But again, another one to add to the collection. So again, happy with that. next up, you can't beat a bit of Mega Drive. I loved the Mega Drive. I'm so fortunate, a bit of dirt there, so fortunate to, no manual this one. And the disc gets all a bit cracked, but for £1. But look at some of the games on here. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to grow up at the time when the Mega Drive was launched. And I remember it coming out and this big hype. And I don't know if anybody of you, viewers at home, for me, I loved particularly the, I'll get my words out here, obviously Sonic Hedgehog, things like that, but I loved the adverts. Do me a favour, plug me into a Sega. I loved the sort of, the sort of pushing for older people to get the Super Nintendo, and the Sega versus Nintendo wars of the 90s was great. And I've got a lot of nostalgia for the Mega Drive. It's a fantastic, still is today, a fantastic console. I loved the fact that you could play the arcade games in your home, and that was the sort of start of it really for me. The Master System Mega Drive, I always have a soft spot. I was, to be fair, big Sega fan until the Super Nintendo came out, and then for me it was Super Nintendo all the way. But I will have a soft spot for the Mega Drive. So for £1, I thought I'd try and get some of these platinumed, and that's one of them that I'd like to do. So there we go, retro gamer 98%. You can't go wrong with that. Right, the last 3 games, here we go. Clive Barker's Jericho. Heard of it, never played it. Another game by Codemasters. It's complete in the box. So again, if anybody's played this, let me know. For that sort of money, £1, you can't go wrong really. So yeah, really pleased to add that to the collection. I've got to be getting close to nearly 150 PlayStation games, so it's just cheap as chips. £1 to play a game. The issue I've got at the moment is time, trying to find the time to play games, and that's one of the issues as a fully functioning adult. Am I? I don't know. Who knows? Right, game number 9, Duke Nukem Forever for £1. Come on, you can't go wrong, can you? A bit of Duke Nukem. I've got a funny feeling I've played this before, but I'm getting old and I can't remember when and where. Might have been, is it available on the Switch? I've downloaded it, I can't remember. But anyway, Duke Nukem for £1. There we go, all complete in box, £1. Crikey, can't go wrong. So that's game number 9, added to the collection, beautiful. Last but not least, game number 10. I've never heard of this. Who knows? It was the box art that got me. Looks quite interesting. £1. Yeah, looks interesting. Payback Mercenaries style, eh? There we go. I don't know if there's any trophies for this game, because you've got to remember that obviously, I think it's 2008 when trophies got introduced, and some of these games were on the cusp. So, for instance, if we look at Duke Nukem, you can always tell, because obviously you're guaranteed if it's got this label at the top. There you go, a bit of useless information, but at the top, you definitely will have trophies with it, because that changed. I think the art style changed on this, which is interesting actually, isn't it? I find that while we've got the 2 games together, I quite like the fact that on the early cases they had PlayStation embossed in the plastic, right, and then the Blu-ray sign at the top, and obviously everybody remembers this sort of Spider-Man art graphic style on the original fat 40, 60 and 80 gig PlayStations, and then they went over to this one, which again I quite like. It's not I have no preference, but they did away with the PlayStation logo at the top. It would have been nice to have had that maybe embossed and put the Blu-ray. I don't know. Maybe I should work for Sony. There you go, Sony. Top tip for you there. You should have done that. But yeah, interesting, isn't it? So you can always tell when you've been in CX if the game's got its original box or not, because some of them get swapped over these because they crack. It's only plastic, and they're missing the or they're in the earlier boxes. So there you go. Little tip for you there. Always remember that if it's got this on it, it should have that embossing at the top. All right, so there we go. So yeah, thought I'd give that one a go for £1. So I spent £10 a day, 10 games. You can't go wrong really. I just need a bottle of beer really, stick them in the PlayStation, see how we get on. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. So there you have it, 10 games for £10, pound each. That's a bargain. So I'm really chuffed with that, and hope you like the video, and see you on the next one. Take care.